is a phenomenal chi master. He's an inspiration to us all, in his gi or outside of his gi. You know what I'm saying? This Moor is always pumped up, and he's gonna bring you some Moorish myth busting today, busting it up. You know what I'm saying? It's around Easter time here, so we're gonna get into the origins of Easter, and this is our Moorish Music Festival, Goddess Mobile TV. Peace.
Peace and love in Islam. Back in Islam. I am Noble C. Christopher Allen Jackson Beck, also known as the infamous Tony Stark Bay, the invincible Iron Lord son. Let's start off like this. April 21st. Most Christians on that Sunday will be celebrating Easter Sunday. Just like tomorrow, we're celebrating Palm Sunday. But within that week span of time, as they're getting into this holiday, which they call Easter Sunday, do we really truly know the origins of such a said holiday? How are the bunnies and eggs coming together? How is this related to the resurrection of Christ? And how does it all fit in to how is it interrelated to us as Moors? Because you have Moors that are conscious as well as unconscious that may be in Christianity and other things. This is a holiday that pertains to us, but there's more things to it that we just haven't yet discovered to understand the origins of where this comes from. Because you'd be surprised at what you think isn't a pagan origin actually does have a pagan origin that's originally founded in Moor science. This is not an ordinary lecture. This is a Moorish Mythbuster. I'm your host for it. Now, we're going to start off with the word Easter. Easter, celebrating Easter. It is the day in which most folks across the planet celebrate the resurrection of whom folks call Jesus, who is known as the Christ, also known as Yahshua ben Yosef, Jesus, son of Joseph, from the line of David of Israel. 12 tribes of Israel. Why does Easter always change every year? The main reason why it changes every year is because Easter is always held on the same particular time during the same holiday, which is known as Passover. The Hebrew Moor holiday, actually more like. It's a Hebrew Moor holiday that extends back to the days of Asnat and Moor, which some folks call Moses. Alright, most folks don't know that Asnat and Moor was Moses. But if you actually look on the pyramid walls, you won't find an Exodus of any Hebrews leaving out of Egypt. You'll find an Exodus of a whole bunch of Egyptians leaving and going back to the land of Earth. The reason why, once again, going back to that is because Moses was all about monotheism. The folks over in Egypt were all about polytheism and had a money laundering game with polytheism. And Moses came to break all that and bring the worshiping of the one true God, of which they ran him out of, which is now known as Passover, despite of what stories have been told about Passover. And Passover usually happens the very next full moon after the first full moon of the new year of the springtime. So basically we're talking about anytime the first moon after the first day of spring, March 21st happens, then the very next month later, this is how they determine these things. Basing it off of a lunar calendar, which means they're basing it off of a system of a female. Women are based off the science of 9. It takes 9 months for them to have a baby, it takes 13 times a year when they cycle. This is the cycle that they're basing it off of. And everybody knows that the original people of the planet were not only the Moors, but the women who gave birth to them. Genetic. So now that we have this kind of partly in mind, I can go a little bit more deeper because now we're starting to see where certain folks have borrowed certain things. Now, Easter originally was known as Ishtar, all right? Ishtar was a Babylonian or Sumerian goddess whose association was with fertility, all right? Easter is also known as a holiday known about fertility. Folks folks don't know that everything is really in effect about fertility. Why? Because March 21st, the first day of spring, the first day of the new year, is when things are made new. Things resurrect. For us Moors, you know that this season is resurrection season.
Festival, Rush Arts, Philadelphia.